Hi, it's a Tuesday. On Tuesday, we get to learn more about how my family has been settling in the UAE for the last 7 years. My name is Purity, and I hope you're learning a lot. I hope you're just taking down all the points that you need for your next travel, and you're adding UAE as one of the travel destinations or as one of the countries you'd want to come and live in for some time. We've been talking about a lot of things, but today I wanted to talk about the actual requirements, the specific requirements that you might want to have in mind, or you might need to prepare before you travel to the UAE. So let's start with the visa. What visa requirements do you need? First we start looking at your passport. What's your nationality? What's your passport? What's the story of your passport? What's the strength of your passport? Depending on your passport, you might or might not need a visa. Anyway, just to let you know that it's one of the things that actually make it very easy for people to travel to the UAE is because of the ease with which they give people visas. Of course, they vet, but yes, the ease with which they give people visas and the speed with which you can actually get one. And I think a number of nationalities have a free visa so they can get in and out as many times as they want to go in. So first, check whether your passport is giving you the opportunity to walk in and out as you may please, or you need a visa. Yes, so if you need a visa, let's go back to your visa requirements. What's your plan? Do you just want to come in for 2 weeks and that's it? Or are you thinking of having several trips to the UAE, maybe in a span of like 5 months? Why am I asking that? It's because there is a multi-entry visa. What a multi-entry visa does is it allows you to kind of have a residency visa for a period of time, meaning that you can have that visit visa and go in and out as many times as you want for the period of the visa. This is very important, especially if you're trying to settle in family, if you're trying to bring in family and maybe your residency visa in the country is under process. You want to consider getting a multi-entry visa for all the other people who would need to get in and out and in and out before you settle in. What's the difference between this and the other normal visa? The normal visa is an enter and exit kind of visa. The moment you enter, you're in. The moment you get out, you're out. So say, for example, you got a visa for like 90 days and it's a multi-entry visa, and someone else got a visa for 90 days and it's just an ordinary visa. The person who has it for has a multi-entry visa can go in and out, travel in and out as many times as possible, so long as it's within the 90 days. But the person who got a 90-day visa better come in and stay for 90 days and exit immediately. Otherwise, if you come in and something happens and you need to exit after 3 days, that's the end of your visa. So you might want to consider what kind of visa you will need. This is so that you can, save your money and also just get something that works best for you, because you don't want to keep getting visas when you would have ideally gotten a multi-entry visa. So you're there and you're thinking, so what do I do if I want to do a layover, get out, come in, step into the UAE, visit a little, get out, come in? I highly suggest that if you're thinking of those complicated layovers, not the usual ones where the plane will just drop you and leave. If you're thinking of a layover in the country and then step out and then maybe a layover again, maybe talk to your airline, especially if you're traveling with the destination airline. Destination airline is the airlines for UAE. So if you want to do your layovers and you want them in UAE, you want to use the UAE flights, and so you can ask the airline to see what arrangement they can make for you, especially in terms of visa. So you have your visa ready. Guys, check your passports. How many of you ever stop to think about the passport expiry date? Some people just keep the passports. You applied for your passport 10 years ago, you've never used it. So, you're like, my passport is about to expire and I've never used it. Or I've been traveling so much and I've not had a chance to even check what's my expiry date. So check your expiry date. Most of the destinations actually say that if you want to travel, please make sure that your passport is valid for over 6 months. So it's not less than 6 months to its expiry date. Please keep an eye on your passport expiry date. It's not just a date for just being there to say that it's no longer valid, but it's a date that can also limit your ability to actually travel. Check so that you can combine. If you want to travel for like 3 months and you want to travel for longer periods, please make sure it's still more than 6 months after the 3 months of travel. So always make sure that your passport is valid. Valid meaning you have almost always more than 6 months as you're thinking of travel. It really helps so that you're not stuck in any airport when they start saying you want to travel in and you have less than 6 months. No, maybe you want to sneak in our country. And then something else about visas. Definitely go with a credible agent. Guys, go with a credible agent. Sometimes cheap is very expensive. People lose money. When someone has appeared and is giving you a name and they're saying they're going to help you get a visa because they're in the UAE, please make sure you have checked their credibility. Please make sure that these people you're giving your money to actually have companies. Please make sure, because there are people who apply for visas and then they keep following and they keep getting the same response. Don't worry, the visa is still under process. No, you can actually be able to track your visa. You can be able to see it. The UAE can give you your visa in like 3 days, 2 days, or I think there is an express visa for like a day. So if someone is giving you stories, just start looking for alternatives. So make sure you get, if you're applying for a visa and maybe you're doing it for the first time, you can also consider going to the airlines. For example, if you want to go to travel to Dubai and you're thinking of traveling via Emirates, why don't you ask Emirates airline to get your visa? And by the way, it would be less costly. Sorry guys for giving in this tip, but it's a good tip. If you're traveling, check whether your airline of choice is gonna give you a deal in terms of visa. I know Emirates does that. I don't know about any other airline. So check whether the airline you're traveling with can give you a destination visa, and you can compare the prices with what you're getting maybe from an agent. At least the airline can't give you a ticket and cheat you on the visa. That's the thing that at least gives you confidence to want to use the airlines. And then, how do you choose your airline? This is very important because I have been slapped on the face many times because of my choices. I have had experiences. So what's your need? So you're traveling and you just want to go and shop. You want to just come to UAE to shop. You've targeted some of these festivals. There is usually a Dubai shopping festival that begins towards, I think, end of October. Dubai Summer Festival, Dubai Shopping Festival that goes on up to February, and many businesses, many brands, many companies, many shops participate in it. So there are people who actually come to Dubai to shop until they drop. So please check what airline are you using. You could be getting a less costly ticket, with no luggage. You could be getting a costly ticket with no luggage. You could be getting a costly ticket or not so costly ticket, but with luggage. So check. There are times, if you're traveling with Kenya Airways, I think from Dubai, it depends on where you book. Please check this. They can give you 90 kilos. So many people really like to use Kenya Airways if they want to just carry and carry and carry. But that doesn't limit you, because you can always travel in. Yes, you can always travel in with whatever ticket you've gotten based on the airline you've used. And then once you're in, you can always get a credible shipper. So you shop and you let the shipper handle everything for you and send it back home and deliver to you, to your address. Again, if you're going to touch a shipper, please make sure you get a good shipper, because other shippers just keep your things in their shops and they keep telling you it is in the sea. It is still in the waters. 1 month, 2 months down the line, you're like, which waters are the things walking? So yeah, just be very sure that you're picking a credible shipper so you can come shop, get all your things to your shipper and let the shipper do all these things. So you don't need to really think about the amount of the weight as you're doing your shopping. But this means you must be doing a lot of shopping so that it also makes for you, it makes economic sense. Then are you thinking of convenience? Are you thinking of an airline that allows you to be with children and be comfortable? Are you thinking of an airline that allows you to go on a budget? So you can get all these airlines. See, you can get a direct flight to the UAE and land in any of their airports. You already have a visa, your passport is okay, your ticket is set. You can land in any of their airports depending on the airline you've used. The direct airlines that fly straight into the UAE, definitely Kenya Airways, because it's already on home soil. So it comes straight from Kenya to the UAE. If you are flying from your destination and you start with your destination flight that has a direct flight to the UAE, definitely you'll have a direct flight to the UAE. If you want to take any of the other airlines that are direct flights to the UAE, you just need to go with their airlines. You can go with Emirates, you can go with Air Arabia, you can go with Etihad, and you can go with Fly Dubai. These are their home, the UAE-based flights. I think I've not skipped any. You might also be like, you know what, my destination is UAE, but I am the type who likes layovers. I want to go and see what's in the other country. This is my suggestion. You can consider a country that you want to maybe go stop over, maybe tour for like 2 days and proceed to the UAE. So if you're thinking of maybe, I'm leaving Kenya, I want to land in France. I travel a little bit, 2 days in France and go back to the UAE. You make sure you have your visa for France ready. That's your Schengen. You make sure you have the visa. You make sure you already know the visa requirements for the next destination and have clear communication with your airline so that your bags do not travel the world as you're on the other side. So these are things, especially if you're maybe easy and you just have a lot of time that you want to travel in the time period. So you can always consider a layover. A layover not to go sit in the airport, but a layover to maybe go visit another country. So you check the visa requirements for the other country and see if you can maybe tour without a visa or not. Sometimes there are times, so these are things you can always check out for. There are times the UAE will announce that they are giving something like, there was a time they were running a campaign and they would allow you to fly in. If you fly in with their airlines, they would allow you to a visa to just lay over in the UAE and travel and just tour their country for like, I think, was it 2 days? Something like that. So you can always watch out for those deals. And then if it happens to be on your planned route to whatever other destination, then you can stop over and just travel a little, taste a little bit of the UAE, and proceed to your destination. Yeah, so choose a proper layover city if you're thinking of doing a layover. Yeah, so that it makes sense. You don't want to go and try a layover somewhere you had not really planned for, and you're thinking, what am I doing here? Yeah, and then something else about the airlines. Please make sure that you are always choosing airlines that have very good communication. Why is this so? Because many times people get to the airports and they are ready to travel, and they're like, then they're met at the airline reception, and they're asked, you didn't get communication that we cancel this flight? It's happening tomorrow. You're like, no, I did not. So yeah, no one wants to travel under such circumstances where someone is making them feel guilty of not receiving some communication they did not receive. So please make sure you check your communication. This especially if you're maybe traveling in large groups, and especially if you have children, because of course it's also not convenient for a solo traveler, but when you have children, it's more inconveniencing. Imagine you've packed, you're a large group, you're packed, you're good to go, and your airline did not bother to even tell you that they've rescheduled or canceled the flight to 2 days later. So you land at the airport, you've done all your checks, only to be told you have to go back or you have to be checked into a hotel. Please make sure the communication is really good. Check that they can send you messages and you're receiving them. Chat them up. I mean, you paid for your ticket, so please chat them up. Let them know you want to know, are we still traveling? Not to be anxious, but you will already tell. If you're receiving your communication on email, your ticket on email, then you should be able to receive communication on message, on email if there is any delay. So what does that mean? Sometimes when you're booking flights, there is always that option of, can we send you notification? And people go like, no, I don't want any more marketing or sorry. So please don't say no, so that if there is any change that needs to happen, they can actually reach you. Give the option of them reaching you on phone or on email. It makes it easier if you can just get an alert. See whether you can track your airline on the internet. The internet has changed everything. There is no secret per se. So see whether you can check your flight details, check whether your flight is still in schedule. I think you can even do that way before. And you can see, yeah, our flight is still on course and it's gonna leave at this time. Check. So that if you're not seeing your flight, you can quickly give a call to the airline and make sure you're clear on what exactly is needed or what exactly is going on. So where you're traveling to the UAE, when you land at the airport and you have come with children and you've done your 2, 3, 4 hours, when you land, there are always strollers. There are very many strollers parked in different locations. So you can make it easier for you to commute through the airport by putting your children on the stroller. Why am I saying this? Because the airport is very big and the children probably are already tired. They are waiting to get to the next place to sleep or maybe to grab a bite. There are, inside the airport, of course, you can get something to eat, but you want to just get them as comfortable as possible before you finish walking all through the airport and clearing and go through immigration, all the way to get to your bags. It's seamless, but it's walking and walking and walking. So you're thinking, I don't think I want to come to an airport and walk. They got you. When you come to the UAE and land in Dubai airports, they have something they call marhaba. Marhaba is Arabic for saying hello. It's a greeting. Marhaba. So they have marhaba services. So if you're thinking you don't want to walk that much, they have marhaban services. So what does that mean? That means you can just pay something extra and you will be picked from your flight. You'll be put in a buggy, taken around the airport to every single point. You go through immigration clearance, you go through bag checks. They help you pick your bags, and the person who is probably waiting to receive you is going to be waiting for you at the Marhaba lounge. So this is especially if you're probably traveling, you're so tired, and you've already planned your flight, and you can tell you might not be in good shape. What does that mean also? When you come to the UAE, heels are good, and your nice shoes are very nice. Please carry sport shoes. That should be the first thing you pack before you pack beach sandals. Why? Because here you walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk, which is very good. Because if you're walking and walking a lot and you get to enjoy the weather, you get to see more, you get to experience more, but you will walk. So please carry sport shoes so that you can walk in the airport, walk out of the airport, walk to the train, walk to Dubai Mall, walk to every single place where you need to do the walking. So get Marhaban services. This is also good, especially if you're traveling with a bit elderly people, or if just because you just want to have a good experience. But it's also good to walk and just experience how big that airport is. It's very big, very, very big. So you need to just experience it. But if you know, you can already tell the dynamics of your group needs a buggy, get one. Get Marhaban services. Let them chauffeur you. You will see the costs. They will give you the option of, do you just want to be chauffeured within the airport? Do you want to be chauffeured from the airport to the taxi? Do you want to be chauffeured from the airport from the plane through the airport and taken home? Do you want to be taken all the way to your destination? They will have all those plans. So it helps to just keep your journey as seamless, as convenient can get. And then you can also check. Sometimes people don't check their MasterCards, their Visa cards, their credit cards to see what they can access at the airport. Just check. You might just find that you can access some of the lounges, and if you can access some of the lounges, just go rest, go relax, enjoy your flight, go land on the other side, enjoy the lounge if you need to. I'm assuming you'll be just wanting to get to destination, but yeah, just check what you can access. Just make your travel as easy can get. And then now you're coming. So where are you gonna stay? What's your plan? Are you coming? Is an agent getting all these things in order for you? Whether you're doing it for yourself or an agent is doing it for you, this is what I recommend. If an agent is checking for you an accommodation, let them give you the name of the accommodation. Definitely, they'll give you. Now, check that location. Google Maps be your friend. Oh. Why? Because then you can check how close are you to the train, to shopping malls, and what is important for you. How close are you to the beach? If you're very close to the train, then that means you can easily access so many maybe shopping malls or just so many experiences, because most of these experiences are put along the train. Not to worry if you're not too close to the train. There are buses that can allow you to commute between the communities to the train. Of course, you have taxis, but check your accommodation. Sometimes I think people are given, same hotel is given to everyone. And I'm like, really? You should have used the same amount of money to maybe even go stay at the beach. So please, when you're given the accommodation options, please check for yourself. Check. Is it a touristy spot, or what's your objective for being here? Are you coming for shopping and you've been given a location that is so far from all the shopping experiences you were thinking of going to? Or were you just coming solely to be at the beach and you've been given a location that is so far off? Were you coming to have an experience and you've been given a location that is so far off? The airport is neither here or not there. You can always drive to the airport and back. It doesn't really affect your experience. So you don't always have to want to stay near the airport. You can venture further down and have more experiences. So you can either consider accommodations that are near, big, huge shopping malls, accommodations that are near the beach, and then also check the beaches. Some of the beaches are huge, but they are not the popular public beaches. So you will just be there, and then for you to move from there, it's a taxi to this point and that point and that point, which will be pretty pricey as compared to going to a beach that allows you access to public transport, so you can pop in and out whenever you feel like, or just get the accommodation next to the beach. Why not? Yeah, so just check your budget, check the accommodation. Please make sure the accommodation is not the generic everyone is given. Check with your 10 friends. Where were they told to go? And then you've been told to go there, surely. Go check somewhere else. Check some other accommodation and get a nice place. Yeah, a place that you'll enjoy. And so when you're choosing an accommodation, remember this. Always say you want a non-smoking room. I'm assuming you're not smoking. So if you're not smoking, if you don't smoke, ask for a non-smoking room. Why? Because you'll thank me later. But just ask for a non-smoking room. And then, yeah. When you all set, ready to travel, pack up your things, check your passport, get your visa going. You know everything is set. You've packed up, ready to go. Your sport shoes are on. Why don't I just say enjoy your flight, enjoy your travel, enjoy your trip, and make sure every one of you who is in the group enjoys every single part of that trip as you get your documents in check. That's it for today. Have a lovely one. Have a lovely one.